Whether you're new to hypnosis or you're in the process of honing your skills, here are 3 classic tests you can start performing on family, friends, or colleagues. These can be used as quick and fun party tricks or legitimate tests of someone's hypnotizability. Are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Good. I want you to take your right hand, just place it on the wall, and then just look at a spot on the back of your hand. And the longer you focus on that spot, the more I want you to just imagine the world's strongest adhesive slipping down the wall, between the wall and your hand, sinking into every crease, crack, and pore in your hand, sticking that hand completely to the wall. The longer you look at that spot, the more stuck it becomes. And the moment when I ask you to remove the hand, the more you try to unstick it, the more stuck it becomes. In fact, tensing your hand and arm right now, tensing them harder and harder, and trying to move that hand from the wall now while looking at that spot and just realizing how stuck it is. And the more you try to unstick it right now, the more you try to unstick it, the more stuck it becomes, just like that. And now use that hand to grab your wrist and try to pull your arm away. Use that hand to grab your wrist and try to pull away. Now that hand's stuck to that arm, which is stuck to the wall. The harder you try to unstick both of those from each other, the more stuck it becomes. Actually try physically tensing and pulling and really taking it away. And just tap it, it goes away. You can do it. We all know that talking is easier than walking, so let me demonstrate the effectiveness of these tests in field with random people on the beach, or in this case, post-show with my client's guest.
Don't take your eyes off that spot. Just focus, and for a moment, tap into your imagination and truly vividly imagine what it would be like as you look at that spot for your hand to almost become one with the wall. So every crease, crack, pore, cell, tendon, fiber of the palm of your hand and fingers become one with and fused with that wall to the point where it almost feels like it's suctioned. You know it's not, but use the power of your creative mind, allow your mind and imagination to take over to convince yourself truly that is completely stuck, suctioned, and fused together and one with that wall. So you can tense your forearm and try to move it, but it won't come off because it's completely one with the wall until I tap it. Until I tap it, it feels like it cannot be moved in any way, shape, or form until I tap it. Now.
It was like it's still kind of there.
That was one of the first tricks I learned. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Do it like them. Have them put their hands out like this, and then clasp them together, put them in praying position, and pray because you're going to need it. Now what I want you to do is with all your fingers and thumbs interlocked, I want you to extend only your 2 forefingers out like this, and then what I want you to do is pull them apart about 1 inch apart, and then just stare at the space between your forefingers. And as you stare at the space, I want you to imagine the world's strongest magnets on the tip of each of your forefingers, and the longer you stare at that space, the more you can actually feel that power attracting the fingers, and the closer they come, the faster they come together, the faster they come, the closer they come. The moment they actually touch, I want you to just close your eyes and take a slow deep breath in through the nose right now. And as you exhale, just allow these hands to relax.
Go like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Alright. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Make sure they're clasped tightly. Bend your elbows. Now pray, you're gonna need it. No, I'm just kidding. no, but keep your hands like that. Keep your hands like this. I try. Now, extend your 2 forefingers, only your 2 forefingers like this. Good. Now look at your forefingers. While you're looking at your forefingers, I want you to separate them as best you can with all the other fingers interlocked. Now just look at the space in between there and focus directly on the space between there. And I want you to imagine the world's 2 smallest but most powerful magnets on the tip of your forefingers right here. And with every breath you breathe from right now and every word I say, those magnets become more and more powerful, and you can start seeing yourself, seeing your fingers slowly come together. You don't fight. If you ever feel anything, you just go with whatever feeling happens in your mind or your body, and you just let it happen. And the moment that they touch, the moment they come together and touch, I want you to close your eyes and take a slow, sharp, deep breath in through the nose. Now, hold it, keep your eyes closed, slowly breathe out through the mouth, allow your chin to go toward your chest, allow your hands to come all the way down.
Another cliche one, put your hands up in front of you, close your eyes, and with your eyes closed, I want you to imagine magnets in the palm of your hands right where I'm touching my fingers, and when I move these fingers, I want you to imagine those magnets just drawing your hands closer and closer together. The slower they come together, the quicker they come together. The quicker, the more powerful you can feel that magnetism, that attraction between your hands. And the second you can feel your physical hands touch each other, I want you to just relax. Imagine 2 small, very powerful magnets right here where I'm touching your hands and my fingers.
That's all I remember.
I want you to imagine those spots right now have magnets in them, and as I start snapping my fingers, those magnets become more and more powerful, attracting each other, magnetizing your hands and feet, so they come together and actually touch in a moment. When they actually touch, I want you to take a slow deep breath in from those and relax, right? Now take a slow deep breath and hold it. And slowly exhale from your eyes closed, allow your chin to go toward your chest, allow these hands to go down. You completely relax them all the way down your spine. Another slow deep breath in, and exhale all the way down deeper.
Now, I thought about initially ending the lesson right here, but remembered years ago I met someone who, like me, disliked the magnetic fingers test. If you're a beginner hypnotist watching this, I hope this portion of this lesson provides you with something to think about that we've noticed very few others seem to bring up. Magnetic fingers is a physiological trick with your body because all of the other fingers and thumbs on your hand are being tightly interlocked when you're having someone do this and you have them extend their 2 forefingers. The moment you extend your 2 forefingers, you can literally physically already feel the stretch and the stressing of everything that makes up your fingers, tendons and everything inside those fingers. So when you spread them apart, it just stresses that much more. So this is a physiological trick because physiologically, you're literally just stressing everything inside your fingers. A true suggestibility test tests your actual psychology and your imagination to the fullest degree without restriction, like this, which again, this restricts you because it wants to pull your fingers. When you hold out your hands like this, nothing is making your hands or arms want to come physically closer together. It's literally just about your imagination. So as someone who likes getting hypnotized, and we had that discussion when we first met each other the other night, what is your take? What is your perception? What is your dislike or like about it? Let us know.
Sorry, that was distracting. What were you saying? I mean, what's my like about the suggestibility test?
Yeah, well, what is your personal overall and detailed perspective on the specific suggestibility test known as the magnetic hands, or sorry, magnetic fingers?
I'm not a fan of suggestibility tests in general, just because I've been doing this for a long time. So, like, I'm already very suggestible, and I know that I am, and that's good to know that I am, so I can take precautions for that. But I think if it's just, like, a stage hypnosis, or you're doing street hypnosis, or just hypnosis in general, I think this is a great way, instead of this, because it's also on a smaller scale. So if you can do the magnetic hands, and they come closer to closer, and they interlock, then that's more, it's just a bigger example of this, but it's also not physiological, like you said. So I do like this better than this because it's less of a more of a wider.
You can give me the perspective of someone who's not a hypnotist. When people say, "Oh, it doesn't work," or "Oh, it didn't work for me," or "Hypnosis doesn't work," it seems more often than not it's a case of like they're fighting themselves to try to prove me wrong, make themselves look good, or they're just naturally, truly not that normally in tune with themselves, so they don't know exactly what to do or what they're supposed to experience a lot of times.
I think if the person, it depends. Like I tried to have my friend get hypnotized, and she was like doing everything to a T. She was like working on following directions, but she was so focused on following what the person was telling them to do.
Analyzing.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was overanalyzing, and she just was not able. She was like, I can't do it, and I was like, this is so. If you had just, she was so close to, she's like, I can't, I'm just too focused, I can't let go of that. And I was like, well, then that's you, my girl.
Which is ironic because we always say it's a matter of relaxation through focus, but if you're focusing too much, I guess that's the third degree, is like either fighting it or you're just not sure it's working, and then there's just analyzing it, like overanalyzing it.
I have a friend who actually focuses too much, and it makes her forget her trances.
Interesting.
You got to analyze the subject and see how the subject reads it, so then it becomes more effective. You have to make it more effective for the subject, rather than just do what you know and what you've seen textbook-wise.
Yeah, and that's what I meant, is I would obviously, because that's what I have to do. That's what I think we talked about this too. I think that's what any good quality hypnotist would do, would be to analyze you, how you're reacting to things, and then tailor it and adjust it accordingly immediately as it progresses. Because otherwise, you're really not that professional. You don't know what you're doing, and you're just hoping that your cookie cutter program works for everyone. And it's been proven through diets and other things, especially hypnosis, that doesn't work for everyone, because not everyone's psychology is the same. And if it was, people wouldn't walk off in the middle of comedy stage hypnosis shows. Exactly. Just a thought. I like how me and you are now bonding over the fact that hypnotists have ego.
I mean, you have to have some form of an ego.
You do, but I think a healthy form, which is something we talked
Yes.
about months ago, there's a difference between having a healthy ego, like, oh, I think I could accommodate you and whatever it is you think, and there's a difference between that and you don't know what you're talking about, I will hypnotize you. Like,
Yes.
that's like promising a kid you'll go to Disneyland when you're a broke-ass parent.
Yes, exactly.
And there you have it. 3 suggestibility tests, classic tests that anyone can walk away with to either have fun with when hanging out with others, or that aspiring hypnotists can use to help themselves find their best volunteers for their demos and shows. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and enjoy HypnoKick's free hypnosis playlist, providing free hypnosis lessons covering everything from the science and religious aspects of hypnosis to the exact 4 steps required for you to hypnotize anyone. If you're new to hypnosis, HypnoKick's free ebook linked in the description would likely be your best bet. It's free, easy to read, and gives you immediately applicable information. Likewise, for those of you watching this that are wanting to skyrocket your success as a professional hypnotist, you can expect to achieve your hypnosis-related goals with the help provided on hypnokick.com.